Okay, this is the Pixlr.com web suite of photo editing apps. It used to be attached to your Google accounts. Now it should be a standalone product. You can find it at pixlr.com. Okay, once you are to this place, I highly recommend Pixlr Express. It's a very simple, clean app to use. You're going to need a flash drive or a local place to store your work. Once you open up Pixlr Express, this is generally what you're going to see. Okay, you're going to have some type of advertisements on the right hand side. That's just how it is. And it's going to offer you some options. If you are doing a single image with no collage, you're going to do browse. If you're doing an image off the web, you can take the URL. You can take a webcam picture of yourself if you have that enabled, or you can do a collage. I'm going to show you how to do browse and a collage today. So if you're going to do an individual picture, you click browse, and it's going to ask you immediately to select an image that you can use. And for this case, I'm just going to choose a general image that I have. And you have some features that you are going to want to explore. First, it's under adjust. Under adjustment, you have a lot of options, and I encourage you to play with those. You can even insert an image into another image, though it can be a bit more complex. You can blur, you can sharpen images, you can smooth things out. If you have a case of red eye, you can select that and it'll automatically reduce it. You can airbrush, you can crop, and crop and resize are the two I want to draw your attention to the most because they're pretty important. First, cropping. Cropping allows you to reduce the size, and you can play with the ratio percentage down here, and you'll notice the blue boxes pop up, or you can manually tweak it by pixels. Now these are pixels, so keep in mind, okay, that you have to recognize how big they are. So if I go 3,500 pixels, you'll see how big that is. And this white area here is what's going to be cropped. So that's an important feature that I'm going to want to know. If I don't like it, I hit cancel and it will go back. Another feature you want is resize. If you're resizing it, you're reducing the number of pixels, and that's going to be helpful if you have something that needs to go into a website header that is just too big. You need to cut it down, and you can do that. This is kind of neat. So I went from 4,000 to say 3,000, and it's automatic if you leave it with proportions turned on. So when I hit apply, that's what the picture now looks like. So there's a very big difference between cropping, which cuts out the picture, and resizing, which shrinks it down. You also have a rotate function that will allow you to rotate the picture if that's what you need. Okay, and since I don't, I'm going to hit cancel. You can also curve. Okay, so that allows you to change the appearance. The other one is autofix, and this is really great because it clears, it tightens everything up, and that's something that I want you to be aware of. Tightening the picture up so it doesn't look pixelated, it looks clean, it looks nice and easy to see. Alright, you have some other items here, effect, overlay. I mean, you can see what the effect does. It'll preview it for you down here. If you don't like it, you can hit cancel, just like every other feature here. You can import borders, stickers, you can even put in text, and that might be something you want to do. You can even change the colors. So you select the color that you want, you hit apply, and you pick the text you want, and you can type in over top. Click where you want it, and type in Barstow. Excuse me, you gotta click down here and type in Barstow, and you'll notice it's in white because you have to highlight it and change the color to the red that you want, and there it is. I don't really like that. So I'm going to cancel it out, but text is a nice feature when it's used appropriately. Okay, so once I'm done, you have to hit save, and from that point on, it's going to ask you to where you're going to save it, and that's why you need a flash drive, because it's going to pop up in this area. So you designate a location, you give it a name, you hit save, it saves it as a JPEG image, which is what you want. Okay? So the other image I want to show, or the other item I want to show you is how to use the collage feature. So in order to do that, I'm going to go back out to the Pixlr site itself. And go back to Pixlr Express. and I'm going to select the collage option, and that's another nice tool that it does. It looks really nice and clean because they give you a lot of options. So I click on collage, and I can change the layout by going down the lower left hand corner, clicking on layout, and they give me a lot of different options, and I can change them at any time. So once you want to put an image in, you click on the plus and you go and find that image. So I'm going to take some from last year's chair building group, and I'm going to click open. I'm going to insert some more. So this is a really great way to show a variety of images if that's what you need to do. But you also want it have to be generally themed together. You don't want images that have no connection. And I'll go with measuring. Okay. So these are the pictures I have, and each one allows me to rotate. It allows me to reselect an image. So if I don't like this image, I can hit this button, the double arrows, and I can change it out. Okay. I can hit this middle button, which allows me to view it. Okay. And I can hit the X, which allows me to get rid of it. So that's really helpful. Once I select what I like, I can also change the sides. Okay. And I can adjust that in a few ways by changing the border. The border will allow me to round the corners if I want. I can basically do a lot of different things that are otherwise we wouldn't know. So again, I'm going to go into adjustment. I want to auto fix. That's the first thing I do with all images. Even if it doesn't look like it makes a difference, I want to do that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and resize the images, and I'm going to go 480. I'm going to double it and see what happens. So you can see that my collage has gotten a little bigger now. Alright, you can crop out if you want, but now it's going to crop out the entire collage. So you be careful. If you want an individual picture that's cropped, you have to do that separately and then import the finished product. Okay, so you see how these are done. These are great tools. Again, when you save, give it a name, hit save, and it's going to ask where it wants to go. Okay? Okay.